So David S. drops a bomb here and says Amico shills exposed. And he posts a picture of, which I'll show right here, of the people who were posting comments that were either investors or fans of the Amico, so it's not real genuine folks. So John C., of course, comes in to defend. At this point, I should just call him Tommy C. The Wikipedia definition of a shill is at the bottom. From what I saw, the comments attributed to RetroBro and Smash JT disclosed something along the lines of a relationship with some people connected in the company. All four expressed that they look forward to it. At least three claimed they had played it. How is this different from four of you stooges, David L., Jacob L., Clary C., Marty, doing the exact opposite? You people give the most idiotic and unpersuasive arguments. You think you just outed people who admitted they covered the Amico and got to know many of the executives and decided to invest in Intellivision? Oh man, that's funny. So he goes off on a rant saying, this is a forum for investments. These three people have given an opinion. You insult people. Trying to make Nick look bad for not answering questions within 5 hours. You tried to act nice, so the person's on the attack here. I challenge you to take your allegations to SEC or FINRA. Is this the best you can come up with to dissuade people from investing? Four people who were supposed to not only use their first name but also identify themselves in their YouTube persona? Well, exactly who are you? And I like David's answer. As per Sean Z's advice, I've reported Intellivision to the SEC. I'm sure it'll be all over soon. Tony S. says, why are you allowed to post here? You're obviously a very sick individual with no life whatsoever. To be able to post here all day long about a video game console that you don't like, that's not even out yet, why not get a job and leave mommy's basement and do something to contribute to society? And Nick says, have you played the product? Because, of course, if you play the product, you could change your mind. And David says, unfortunately, no, I haven't been the opportunity to try the product. Actually, I would love to do so, but living outside the USA completely precludes such an opportunity. However, my concerns do not lie so much about the product itself, as alluded in another comment that you haven't replied to. My concerns are more about whether Intellivision can actually bring the product to a market. A clear and a concise roadmap for how this will be achieved and what I would need to make an investment. I could live with an unpolished game and a non-existent online leaderboard such in the beginning. So David S. is trying to keep it calm. Meanwhile, Tony S., an Italian name, John C., are flipping out. Luke H. says, greetings. I recently saw a video uploaded to YouTube by someone who appears to be part of the Amico fan community. In this video, the person said that they and other members of the Amico fan community had received SEC financial documents and information regarding the new round of fundraising before it was made public in a private group conference with former CEO Tommy Tallarico. And yes, a lot of people are talking about this now. It's just, my opinion on this is why would they even bother? I know why, because they want damage control, but why would you waste time telling these YouTubers who have nothing invested, except a few of them, a couple bucks? Why would you do that? It's just super bizarre. Why did these YouTubers receive sensitive information like this before it was released publicly to possible customers, possible investors, and people who have already invested elsewhere? What is the relationship between Intellivision and these YouTubers? Are they receiving financial compensation in return for their coverage? If not, why are they being given this information? A company giving people who are simply fans documentation and information regarding company plans and financial status in private meetings seems very unusual and not something I am aware of happening before. Also related to this, it seems that the news regarding change of CEO was not made public until it was noticed elsewhere. And when it was made public, it was yet again through these Amico YouTubers. Why is this information regarding such big structural decisions only being talked when prompted elsewhere? And when this does indeed happen, why is it through video streams with these aforementioned YouTubers? Also, it appears that some of these YouTubers have commented on this offering giving positive testimonials. Were these done by the request of Intellivision Entertainment? Regards. And Luke is keeping it real. I like this guy. This comment is just dead on. So he wrote that 2 days ago. See if Nick responds. So Joseph had said, Luke, normally I dismiss this kind of controversial comment, but you got me intrigued. I think I found the video you're referring to. The person in question revealed that Intellivision walked the group through each section of the SEC filing and explained it to them in advance. Commenters then noted that this group of influencers, after the StartEngine campaign became public, hit the airwaves and repeat those explanations of the troubling aspects of the filing as they thought as though they were from their own reading research of the filings, failing to inform the viewers that they were just repeating the company's words. In a few cases I mentioned, those explanations it seemed heavily spun and not accurate. While it normally wouldn't affect my own decision, I like to get down to the facts and construct my own analysis. I do find it odd that the company would take the stealth approach to damage control. I guess it's a question of ethics more than anything. Wait, were the testimonials here from without disclosing this private relationship? Were any of them undisclosed investors? Some of them had bothered me earlier by sounding too canned, but this would be more serious. And John C's pretending that he is also curious about this. I don't remember anyone saying that how long before it made public they got the Form C. So just talking about when it was published and whatnot. So John trying to do damage control. So Joseph says, John, I thought the video they mentioned a couple of weeks ago, but I can't find it now. There are so many of the subject, it seems. I won't be trawling through them all. This whole thing is very bizarre to me. I just think they'll leave the side of things well alone. So Nick responds a day ago. Luke, on February 4th at approximately 9 PST, Tommy Tallarico had a conversation with the YouTuber number one, that I believe you're referring to in this post, that included both personal topics and discussion involving Intellivision. This YouTuber has had numerous conversations with individuals in the company and has physically played the Amico on multiple occasions. Discussed in that meeting was some of the required disclosures that were in the SEC Form C filing and how the haters would use them to attack the company. It was not discussed that the company must disclose every possible negative outcome, whether they like it is likely or not. This concern has proven to be the case, as there are numerous social media posts on videos on YouTube that have made reference to these disclosures. As a matter of fact, an admission to a foregone conclusion. As another reference to this fact, the company has received deposit refund requests from customers stating that such things as they would like to refund because Intellivision has admitted that they'll never ship a product. At no time on this call did Tommy ask YouTuber number one to make public posts supporting the StartEngine campaign. Well, this sounds like a he said, she said thing. I'm guessing you're talking about Smash GT here. And why would they, once again, doesn't answer, why would you even have these conversations or show anything or talk about it to random YouTubers? Like, all this type of stuff should be just with the investors. And why is everything being disseminated through the YouTubers? On Sunday, February 6th, after a live stream with the Intellivision CEO Phil Adam and CTO John Alvarado, one of the live stream hosts contacted Tommy and asked him to join the conversation after the stream. And Phil and John had left. Again, as mentioned above, what was discussed was what the haters would use the Form C filing to attack the company. Tommy did not ask any of the participants on the call to promote the company as part of the StartEngine CF offering, which launched February 7th. A lot of this could be avoided if they just didn't have these weird meetings with fucking YouTubers. And why should we believe what he's saying here? Because it doesn't make sense. What Judge Judy always says, if it doesn't make sense, it's not the truth. I always listen to that, and this doesn't make sense, so I don't believe Nick here. No YouTubers are being compensated to promote Intellivision or the campaign on StartEngine. A limited number of YouTubers was consulted to assess how the haters might attack the company related to the StartEngine. So they're getting consultation from people like Saggy Melons and Smash JT. Like this is where they're getting their source of knowledge and wisdom from. Like, come on, like, Jesus Christ. And don't they have a proper PR firm or a PR representative? Like, wouldn't they just consult that person for the best course of action instead of, hey, random YouTubers who have no history or no, like, this is embarrassing. Like, I can't believe Nick wrote this. This is very embarrassing. The personnel change within the regarded CEO is coordinated with the filing of the Form C and made the launch of the StartEngine campaign as to make sure that any new investors understood who made up the management team. HR issues at this level can be delicate, and the company works diligently to balance both the duty of disclosure and impact on individuals involved. Well, from what we understand, he was replaced 3 or 4 months ago, so you would think that they had, in their January update to the Republic investors, that they'd say, hey, we have a new CEO. For whatever, even if it's for Tommy focusing on creative, you'd think that'd be big news to tell people. Again, the company did not solicit YouTubers to make positive posts in the StartEngine comments. Since then, we've heard a couple of different people. I think Atari Creep mentioned about them trying to get the shills to put out the good word. And plus, they've done it in the past. Like, they've released deep dive videos, or maybe not the deep dive, but the promo reel videos, and then within 5 minutes of them releasing those videos, the Amico cult members had 20-minute long videos of them talking about that video that was just released. So clearly they've been fed information in advance in the past. So why would we not believe them again here? With regard to Joseph B's post on this thread, Joseph, can you provide examples of post videos that are heavily spun and not accurate? We would like to assess whether we need to make it. Provide any additional disclosures to clarify. And no existing investors were asked to make positive posts on StartEngine. And to my knowledge, no investors have posted to other than YouTuber 1. Well, DJC invested and he posted on here, so that's a lie. And this was only written a day ago, so he should know better. And he responded to that post. He also responded to, I don't know if Bacon guy invested, so I guess I can't comment if he did or not, but oh, Nick. So Joseph responds, "Hey Nick, I wasn't going to engage further into the subject, but since you asked, I have to admit, this has all led me down to an interesting rabbit hole, and I did get hooked on reading more about the going-ons. First is the video of this video. I'm not going to click the video, but from what I understand, one of these individuals is an undisclosed investor, and some were on the call you referenced, where another YouTuber said of the SEC disclosing file, while Intellivision President Tommy Tallarico was explaining to us what was going on to happen when this went public, and explained to us literally for 2 hours or so, literally 70 pages, all 75 pages. I'm guessing he's talking about the Saggy video. I guess she shouldn't have been too honest on the internet, but she did say that they sat for 2 hours and they went over everything, 75 pages. That's weird. This really comes off, frankly, as arming a propaganda crude and secret to go out and obfuscate for your crowdfunding. Some of the inaccuracies I've picked up from the video above and commentary on it I read are: the claim the SEC required that you disclose all very remote and general risk. This claims to Intellivision itself. The claim the operating timelines and SEC disclosures are only valid if the company raises no money. Claim that you only need to raise $500K from StartEngine, which makes it seem like the company's finances will be fine if only that amount is reached. In reality, the $500K figured in the disclosure is said to be dependent upon you raising the full $10 million elsewhere, which you would still need to accept $500K from StartEngine. It's a substantially different interpretation. There are other longer videos and statements, as I mentioned, but I can't track them down right now. However, while researching this, I've discovered something else pretty disturbing, Nick. You said, again, the company did not solicit YouTubers to make positive posts in the StartEngine comments. Were you aware that the individual, YouTuber number 1 I think you're talking about, has revealed that the statement is not accurate? In a recent YouTube video, he said, I posted that comment on StartEngine because Tommy asked me to. Boom. Later in the message board comment, he confirmed that Tommy simply asked us to help give the other side of the picture because the StartEngine site was getting reamed, and that the request was made in a group Twitter DM. Presumably, this is what prompted several glowing comments here to be posted all once in a few days. And this is what I said before. Just what a coincidence. I also saw an image, I think posted elsewhere, that identified one of those glowing comments as being from another investor in Intellivision. He did not disclose that investment in the comment. I was willing to overlook all the drama, but your own statements are being proven false. Too much for me. For the record, I am definitely no longer interested in this investment. Although, to be fair, I had many other doubts anyway. So this guy just flat out calls out Nick, saying Smash AT admitted that he was coaxed into writing a positive comment, that DJC didn't reveal that he is an investor and left a positive comment. So it's, once again, Nick trying to pull the Tommy Tallarico role of responding to everything, trying to do damage control, is just making things worse. Well, there's a couple more comments here. It says, just to clarify, Nick, I think your disclosures were fine. No problem there. It's just the interpretation explained to the YouTubers and apparently repeated on the air that poses an issue. Alan says, Nick, just to be clear up something, were you present at this SEC sneak peek? The reason I ask is because two people who were present have publicly made statements, first-hand accounts that contradict much of what you have said below, including basic facts such as the date it took place. If you weren't present, did you view a recording of this reportedly 2-hour briefing, or are you relying on what Mr. Tallarico told you? If it is the latter, then what you're saying is hearsay, since you can't know for sure what was said. You You might want to consider that Master Tallarico is well known to engage in boastful hyperbole, and over the last few years has made numerous self-contradicting statements regarding the Amico, which are well documented. Well said, Dallin. Well said. Andrew says, there does not seem to be a plan to invite more game studios or to make it easy to have game studios submit titles to Amico eStore. As a Unity game dev, I've reached out to multiple game engines to ask if Intellivision has reached out to help make porting games to Amico easier. Unity, Unreal, Big Box, and a few others all wrote back to me saying Intellivision has not reached out at all. Clearly, there is no plan for third-party titles. John Alvarado says, hi Andrew. All of our current projects are development by external development studios around the world. We primarily support Unity for development, providing tools and Unity packages to support Amico development. Almost all of our developers use Unity, one development studio using Unreal, and we are working with them to develop an Amico API library for Unreal. Our goal is to support more development engines in the future as time and opportunity permits. And then he posts the email for the developers. Well, that's nice of John. At least he writes something normal. Unfortunately, we've heard from several people who contacted Intellivision to develop on the system that they just never ever responded back. So I don't think they're open for that. And many of the games were developed with the German Bavarian grant money. So it's almost like play money. So not looking too good there. David says USD 17M and you still haven't developed a single in-house game. Guessing 17 million, and you haven't developed a game in-house. John responds, Alvarado says, our internal development staff is responsible for developing the physical Amico product, manufacturing infrastructure, cloud infrastructure, supporting the many talent, blah, blah, blah. Our developer support includes directly working on the game designs, art directions, and audio assets. We sometimes work directly on the art and code of the games. Well, I guess they didn't work directly on the art for the for the battle tanks. We provide this extra level of support to assist developers in achieving our standards for features and qualities of Amico games. Well, at least he gives a normal answer. Doesn't call people haters. So good for John. Garrett N says, this company and project is a complete and total scam. Stay far, far away. A quick Google search will show you the dozens of red flags. Nick says, have you played our product? Have you played the product? I don't have to play the product to go through the information provided here to see that it is a failed or failing product company. Well, it is a troll comment, and he's not wrong. So once again, Nick, why you respond to that? It clearly is a troll comment. Craig S. says, it's a shame that StartEngine, which is a company I'm invested in, even approved of this project to be listed on the platform. The CEO of the company behind this project alleges that people should be drawn to it because it doesn't feature games with controversial content, even making claims that Nintendo consoles have hosted games with rape in them. This guy is completely out of touch, and anyone who reads this project's filings and terms will know to stay far away from it. So then David S. writes a comment saying, perhaps Nick would like to clarify the points made in the following article. And it's from Medium saying, statement of facts of the Intellivision Amico timeline that have pushed it into a scam. So now we're getting to the more recent stuff. David S. says, I see investors are beginning to back out already. What do you have to say about that, John C.? He's calling out Tommy here. David, respectfully, I would suggest that taunting other people on the site is not appropriate behavior. Please keep things professional. He does have a point. Don't need to do that. Hey, we got Charles Y and we got our favorite investor, DJC. I just want to say I invested in this because I played this, and now he's admitting that he invested it. I played the system multiple times in Pennsylvania and Boston. The games are great and fun. Simple to pick up and play with anyone. The party games will be great for he's chilling. Yes, the controller's build is durable, not even breaking and dropping. Great for kids. There's lots of trolls in these comments. I suggest letting the product speak for itself. I have trust in this company and in its people. Do not let YouTube cesspool advise you in your investment. Well, wouldn't he be YouTube cesspool since he's a YouTuber with Amico content and he's advising you that how good the system is? This will be big in my opinion, and I'm not missing out. So Joseph was the first to respond by saying, and now it becomes clear. I'd read that Charles Y, who commented earlier, was an undisclosed investor, and it was later revealed that he had been asked by Intellivision in violation of SEC, FTC regulations to provide a positive comment here. See other discussions below from various people. Charles now admits he's an investor, and the timing shows it's clearly damage control for this discovery. But you cannot erase that part, and the previous comment is still here for all to see. The cover-up is worse than the crime, as they say. And that's funny. That's a great line right there. The cover-up is worse than the crime, as they say. They're constantly trying to put out fires and covering things up. And as Days Gaming would say, they're just taking L's left and right. They're just constantly falling on their face. So Joseph says, this is disgusting behavior by a company. I can't believe I even entertained this investment for a second. Do we believe he really entertained that? I don't know about that. By the way, it would be easier to let the product speak for itself if A, the company wasn't astroturfing with people like yourself, and B, as I just discovered, the product has missed 4 launch dates and is now more than 16 months late. I don't recall that information being in the disclosures, but perhaps it was tucked away somewhere. No wonder they need to spin. Boom. So Joseph also says, I was also stunned to find out one of the YouTubers that Intellivision has in their consulting group, as Intellivision puts it, along with Charles, is a young woman named Saggy Melons. For a supposed family console, you can't make that stuff up. DJC says, I was not told to do anything. I made this comment on my own, thank you. If you aren't investing or interested in this console, please stop trolling the comments. I've actually, spelled actually really funny, played the product. It's great. Well, I'll have to say, I don't believe DJC, because what's the odds that him, Smash JT, Bacon Ice Cream Guy, all post within the same day positive comments? Like, what's the odds? So we have a Squealer P saying the comments towards Charles feels personal. What he says comes from a genuine place. He is a big Intellivision fan, and like many others, wants a chance to relive his childhood memories. I'm not an investor yet, but I can see you're a good man, Charles. Thank you for your input. Looking forward to playing Amico with you one day. Squealer P, is that Sinister Moon? I don't know. That'd be my guess. Because a piggy kind of looks like one. I don't know. So Joseph B says, Nick, ask the foxes to investigate the henhouse. No, thank you. Yesterday I quoted you the first-hand account from one of your former YouTubers who said Intellivision had asked a group of post-positive comments here, which multiple did, and suddenly the previous undisclosed investor tries to retroactively identify his investment in a clumsy cover-up. Am I really going to trust you Am I going to trust anything you or he says now? Any further info will go straight to SEC, FTC. Good day. Oh, those sounds like threats. Well, maybe not threats, but it sounds like, oh, you're in trouble now. Grigori R says, any illegal activities should be reported to authorities, not back to the company accused of them. I think this is where Nick had removed the post. So Joseph B, this is what Nick says. All I can say is listen to allegations, research the allegations, and provide the appropriate public disclosure based on what I find. Criminal allegations and threats from anonymous internet users is the perfect cover to avoid any consequences for your statements. I'm not surprised that you would avoid revealing who you are at all costs, because the community would then be able to look at your own history and see if there's a pattern of your animosity towards Intellivision. So he's calling him a hater, but he's not addressing the facts of what the guy was saying. So here's where Nick had posted a comment and then deleted it. And he wrote, Joseph B, you have alleged criminal activity which is obviously serious if true, and should be further investigated immediately so we can provide additional disclosures if required. Please contact me directly via phone so we can discuss in more detail. You can reach me through our support group, support@intellivision.com. So they've done this in the past where they've tried to fish people to get their information, and who knows what they would do with that information. Maybe they'd send their YouTuber army after them to do dumb things such as doxing, who knows. But he deleted that. Very interesting. And you'll see in the comment coming up just maybe why he deleted it. Sir, that sounds like a threat from the company CFO. Is this really how you operate? How dare you? I invite you to look at the previous comments from Charles Y, where he did not disclose you as a prior investor, and compare it to the latest one where he does disclose it. I try to deny that there was any wrongdoing in making the initial comment without disclosing an investor affiliation with Intellivision. So that's... Yeah, Nick is looking like a dink. He's making himself look like a dink. This is bad. Maybe Tommy has taken over Nick's account. Maybe. I don't know. Harrison B says, hello, Nick Richards. I noticed another comment from you saying that one reason you don't want to have any women leadership is because the gaming community is toxic. You suggest that Joseph B isn't revealing who he is because the community would Then be able to look at your own history to see if there's a pattern to animosity towards Intellivision. Question: is the Amico fanbase toxic? What you described above, your fanbase doing sounds dangerously close to doxing and harassing done on toxic sites like Kiwi Farms. I don't know what that is. Do you actually believe that people who currently love your product would do any of these things to Joseph for saying a couple of mean words on a small crowdfunding site like this? I don't want to invest in this campaign and find out a year that the 4chan has co-opted your console for nefarious means instead of the children and families they are currently pitching this to. Joseph says, thank you, Harrison. How can a company be called family friendly when they're threatening consequences for someone honestly reporting information that is there for everyone on the internet to see? Nick, I see that either you or StartEngine know you have done something wrong because your earlier comment in this thread has now disappeared. Never mind, the internet never forgets. This was probably the relevant section you wrote. Please contact me directly via phone. Yeah, and this is where you said. I've been told that violates the regulation. The company cannot provide their company email address in these comments as the SEC requires all communication between a potential investor and a company be public. As to your rude insinuations and now deleted attempt at doxing me, I was genuinely interested, though naturally skeptical investor at first. Now I can't get far enough away. If you have a problem with anyone, that it should be the people within your own company who have been reported by first-hand participants as having secret 2-hour SEC disclosure meetings with YouTubers and asking affiliated parties to post comments here. That's certainly what set me off. Why aren't you angry at those people instead of harassing me? I'm shaken by this experience. And he does bring up a good point. They focus so much on the haters, and they should be looking at themselves and the mistakes that they've made. Hey, and then 11 hours ago we got from Hate R. Sorry, but I need to have answers to Kevin F's questions since they have been the most thought out questions, and that's what I said. Of everything posted so far, you've only answered a few of these several questions, so I will repost the exact post to get more eyes on it because you guys are asking for more money and avoid valid questions that's suspicious and unprofessional. So you just re-asking the same questions, and I can answer those questions. For a family product with lack of diversity, it's because for question 1, the answer is it's Tommy and his friends and him doing a vanity product, and there was no thought and consideration of bringing people who are diverse or who aren't part of his old boys club, is what I'm saying. So the second question, they have no experience. I answered this in one of my first videos, showing that these guys haven't been doing anything since a lot of them since the 90s, so they're really out of touch. Answer 3, we don't know the answer to that. The retail price of the controller was $80-$90, which is super expensive. And it seems like you would think that the price of the console would be cheap, but since they don't know what they're doing and how to put a product together, and they don't have the knowledge of how to do things cost effective, it's probably really high. For number 4, I think they talked about this in the past, and it was something obscenely high. I don't have the numbers, but it's a lot more than 6,000 they have on pre-orders. We're talking like 50 to 100,000, which are nowhere near. And then we don't even know their full total debt exactly at this point. So with the loans they've given out and stuff, it's just impossible. So number 5. What we've learned is they have 14 or 15 games ready to go, and they have a lot of tech demos. Still unsure. We don't know. 6, they don't have a partnership with Crayola. They just hosted an event there. MLB, they've only shown like a rough prototype, so I'm pretty sure that game's not in development. The Hot Wheels game looked like it was complete, but it wasn't licensed Hot Wheels, so it might just be a non-licensed Hot Wheels-like game. It looked terrible too. I don't think anyone would buy it. We've heard nothing about D&D. Sesame Street is just a bunch of free Flash games, so not much there. 7, they don't know what NFTs are. They're confused. I'm convinced that this is not happening. 8, they say there's a plan to put these games at retail, but who would want to carry these, and where are they going to put them? Like, what section are they going to put this in? You usually have to buy shelf space. It doesn't really make much sense. Like, why would you even bother putting a retail? They talked about in the past having it at grocery stores and be like an impulse buy, but It makes no sense. Like, the only place that it makes sense is just online direct to customer. 9, we don't know the answer, and they don't know the answer, which makes it even scarier. And 10, I'm guessing 0. And 11, well, the theory, I don't know if this is true, is if it's constructed in the US, then they can bypass a lot of the certifications. Don't know. John S. says, do your research before you invest. I won't be investing in this one. Well, a lot of people won't be. Christians. Nick says, John, have you played the product? Like, seriously, that's the best they can do. Have you played the product? Come on. You don't need to play the product to invest. Like, is that the rule to invest in this? Like, you just look over the numbers. That's why that should be the determining factor of whether you invest or not. Christian M responds, Nick, have you seen your balance sheet? Jeez, that was a good one. Nick looks like an idiot there. So Haru, I like that name. Beverly Hills Ninja. After doing research, I discovered something I believe you should have been part of this campaign disclosure. This product was supposed to have been released a long time ago. It has multiple delays. And he has the link for it. It has now 4 missing launch dates. Well, I kind of understand why they don't put it there, because that's not going to sell you the product. I don't think that's necessary. Like, yes, it is important for investors to know this stuff, but if you're trying to sell it, you don't have to bring it up. Why would you bring it up? Harrison B says, why should I invest in this company when in the second week you've only made 5,000 or so? And if I'm understanding the SEC documents correctly, you need around 10 million from 2 crowdfunding campaigns to survive 9 months from now at most. And that's the other thing, that they've plateaued and no one's investing in this. It's dead. See, you're replying to comments, Nick, and I don't intend to hurt your feelings or anything, but money is money. Why should I spend 5-10K on this when it's just a drop in the bucket of a campaign that would take months, if not years, to get a goal of 5 million for a company that may not be able to survive financially for the rest of this year? And I don't think his response will be, have you ever played this? Christian M says, I just want to say thanks to the entire Amico team. The amount of entertainment I got from following this train wreck is worth about $250 US. I agree. The amount of times like I've invested watching videos and making videos is, well, it's been great. I have nothing against the actual product. I like it, but the business decisions this company has made are laughable. According to the company, long-term debt is up to 7.2 million. The short debt is at 1.2 million. How do they explain 810,000 owed to angel investor Sudesh Agarwal? The arrangement demands that, and this is the loan repayment of $100 for each console sold until the balance is paid out. Are you kidding me? Who would agree to that? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'd love to hear the rationale of why they agreed to that loan. That's a loan that killed your company. Also, Tommy Tallarico, the founder, loaned his company money with interest, so he gets paid to work there and also gets interest on the loan. So if the product doesn't come out, the only people who will be hurting are the investors. Since Tommy didn't invest, he just loaned the money. He'll walk away with no financial risk from this. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you and have a great day. At least it says thank you. And that's what everyone's saying. It's just dirty. Just the word I use is greasy. Everything they've done is greasy as hell. So Dalibor, this one is pinned by company. So I'm guessing this is from someone in the company. Intellivision is an innovative and welcome addition to the gaming community and industry. From the machine, okay, so it's almost like a bot who wrote this. It's the same things. Many people do not have the time nor care, blah, blah, blah. And Nick, like, Jesus Christ, like, clearly someone from the company wrote that. And Nick responds, thanks for acknowledging what we are working to achieve. I'm constantly amazed that people spend so much time there to tear things down when they self-admittedly aren't just interested in the product. Haru says, while it seems like a nice gadget, too many comments here about playing it, not evaluating its business potential. We need to be smarter as investors. For example, if paid pre-orders over the last 2 years, only about 6,000 compared to the quirky playdates 50,000 plus, in less than half the time, haven't been strong enough to support the manufacturing without the new fundraising campaign, what does that say about the actual demand of the product? Like others have said, we should all do our own research and evaluate it as an investment, not as something we may want to buy ourselves. Don't let irrelevant comments or emotions in either direction get in the way. And it is a good comment, and that's what I was saying before. Keep saying, well, you have to play it. What the hell's that got to do with investing? 2 hours ago, Doug T. Hey there, this is Doug Tenaple, here to support this wonderful system. Don't pay attention to any of the haters they are posting here. Everyone is trying to cancel the system and cancel that. Cancel culture has run rampant these days, and I would know. As the creator of Earthworm Jim, supporter of the Amico, but in no way involved in the sequel they're working on, I denounce all the hateful and ill-willed discourse. The current systems are just not family-friendly enough, and frankly, too liberal. I am a man of faith, and after what Tommy showed me when it came to Nintendo Switch's eShop with all of the games that are available with rape in them, I was astounded. There needs to be more representation of Christianity in the game industry. Amico will fill that gaping hole in the industry. I don't want to put any of that disgusting LGBT question mark, whatever the heck they call it, in my games as far as I'm concerned. Put your money where your mouth is, libs. I somehow don't think that's really Doug T, but that was pretty... I chuckled. And Elijah B says, some of the things Tommy Tallarico said in the past as the CEO of this family-friendly video gaming console. Be careful what you say on the internet, my friends. They may come back to haunt you someday. And that's the last comment. And that's a great point, because the guy talked a mean game, and it's all coming back to bite him in the ass. And now they're at a point where they are trying to get investors. And I'm pretty sure even if people didn't write in the comment section here, it's not like they'd have a lot more investors. But just a basic Google search of the guy is just showing all the stupid things he said and did. It's just, he canceled himself. Like, he's just not too bright there. So I'm going to add this at the end of the video here, because I noticed they updated this today, and I was just about to upload the video. And this is in regards to Nick trying to get the guy's information. So Nick wrote, Joseph B/Harrison B. It has now been verified that people wishing to libel Intellivision have in fact created false accounts and have lied about who they are. We are now working with StartEngine to investigate further and learn if these activities are considered a crime. If you contact me directly and share your LinkedIn profile privately, I'd be happy to answer your questions here in a public forum. If you do not accept the solution to combat the haters that are operating on the site, we can only assume that your interests here are not genuine. Sounds kind of like a threat. Joseph replied, Nick, I'll be glad to speak to StartEngine. In fact, I'll be contacting them myself to report your harassment, threats, and bullying. Regarding your now deleted message, which I saved a copy of, I can only draw one conclusion. You requested I contact you via email and phone for the purpose of planning to share my personal information with the community, so that I would suffer consequences, in your words. And now you have baselessly threatened me with libel. I've said nothing but truth and honest opinion based partially on the following. And he gives the links that we've seen earlier. Assume what you want about my interests. I definitely have no malice. It's just a game console. What do I care if it succeeds or fails? But after you threaten to dox me and suffer consequences, why on earth would I share my private information with you? You've now turned me off this entire site. For the record, there were other investments I had sent queries to that I was interested in. So he has ticked off Joseph. I'm also going to add this one at the very end here. This was from 14 hours ago. And it's from Michael M. So I'm guessing it's Mike Mullis, who is a Amico fan. He writes, it is time that I come forward and speak. I have seen the videos by said investor YouTuber, and considering I'm party to the events before this form was filed, I would like to set a few things straight. For full disclosure, my name is Michael Mullis. Okay, well, he says his whole name, so... I'm the owner of a small YouTube channel called The Original Next Level Gaming. We cover the entire industry of gaming from modern systems down to retro. I am a former game journalist, I guess he's a former one, and became involved with Amico from a chance meeting with Tommy Tallarico on Twitter, where he agreed to come on our show in January 2020 to talk about the system to us. He has been on subsequent times to discuss the product's progress. I want to make it abundantly clear that outside of my $100 deposit I put down for the Founders Edition, I have absolutely no other financial investment in either the Intellivision Amico or the Intellivision company itself. So he wants to make it clear that he's not a closet investor. My interest in this console revolves around growing up with Intellivision in the 80s and both my children's desire to have one. I've covered the Crayola experience in Pennsylvania back in 2021 and live streamed that event. And my children have played the Amico several times, and this time I've certainly developed a friendship with Tommy and other members of the team, which is not uncommon in this industry. I've made plenty of friends from game company executives over the course of my journalism career, from Sega to Microsoft to other third parties. So he has lots of friends. If he has all these friends, why is he so angry on all those streams? Like, if I had friends from Sega and Microsoft who can, like, if they're still working there and they can send me free hats or something, or talk about video games, I'd be happy. Like, that'd be a good thing. I don't know why he's so angry. And he doesn't say that he knows the founder of the Infinium Phantom, so he left that guy out. Many of the friendships remain, as will mine with Tommy Tallarico and others at Intellivision. At the success or failure of the Amico has no bearing on that. I think he considers Tommy as a brother. I thought I saw a video of that, so that's a tight bond. Now that I've disclosed all of that, I want to address the questions at hand. I want to make it clear that no one at Intellivision has asked me to do this, nor were they aware that I was doing this until I alerted them shortly before posting this. And to be 100% clear, this will be my only, and it's all in capital, so he's emphasizing that, only statement on the matter, and will not be engaging anyone here in a debate or discussion over this or elsewhere. He says, I was part of the showing of the SEC documents on Sunday, February 6th. I, along with others present, were simply asked as trusted friends to give our opinion on what they wanted to do and whether they thought this would be accepted by the gaming community. It's kind of weird. Why would it matter? They're trying to get fundraising. Who cares if it's accepted by the gaming community? In the previous things, Nick Richards talked about, like, the gaming community are hardcore gamers and they don't understand us. So, like, why do they need the acceptance? Doesn't make sense. Anyways, it says the document was never marked confidential, nor did it bear any signatures, nor were we physically given or put in possession of said document. It was not a sales pitch, and at no time did Tommy ask us to promote or speak positively about either the filing or the subsequent StartEngine campaign. I wonder why Tommy is doing the presentation. He's not the CEO. He's the chief creative officer. Isn't he supposed to be busy doing creative stuff, and all this stuff should be done by Phil, Adam, or Nick, since he's the financial guy? Doesn't make any sense. Why would Tommy do this? So he says he did not ask anyone to create any content pertaining to this document or the campaign. As evidence to that, and as someone who was kind enough in another comment thread here to post a link to my channel's subsequent interview with Phil Adam and John Alvarado. In fact, it has not been discussed in any content that we have done, nor have I spoken of any associations or posted anything on my personal social media channels about it. I want to make it clear that because I have heard this as well, that no one from Intellivision requested or compelled anyone, including me, to invest in the campaign. Well, in fairness, I can't speak, so I don't know everything. Maybe it's possible that Tommy directly just told Smash JT to post stuff, and same with DJC and the other guy. Maybe he did it, on a one-on-one chat. So who knows? And if Tommy had asked anyone to do anything here, it would have been to refute statements that are being made by obvious bad faith actors whose interest in posting here is part of the coordinated online campaign to hurt the company. Coordinated and Tommy himself. I would hope that true investors and people who candidly are saner than this would see some of the comments in this campaign for what they are, utter nonsense. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy is like a conspiracy theorist. He thinks there's like a coordinated attack. Like they got some type of like general with like a game plan and stuff that like none of this happens. Like I can speak for myself. All I do is just I see something funny and I make a video about it. There's no coordination with that at all. Like I'll go on the subreddits or chat with people on Discord or whatever, but it's not like we get together and have like bi-weekly meetings to be like, okay, we're gonna attack this guy or we're gonna attack them from the rear and do like a pincer attack or something. It doesn't happen. Like most of the stuff just writes itself. Especially over the last year, like Tommy would post something obscenely ridiculous and then instantly people just right away, like it'd be posted on the subreddit and just highlighting all the dumb things he was saying. So there's no coordinated attack there. That's ridiculous. So he finishes off by saying, let me be clear. I wish the Intellivision Amico to succeed. I want this system in my home for both me and my kids. If I didn't, I would not have pre-ordered one. The people in this comment section are attempting to gatekeep this by pretending to have real concerns hidden behind a simple, I don't like the product, so you shouldn't be allowed to have it or like it mentality are being dishonest and frankly nefarious. I caution anyone reading these comments and letting it influence your decisions, making that this hurts not only a company of hardworking people trying to get a product out of the door while a global pandemic disrupted and redefined a new normal, from manufacturing stoppages and regulatory backlogs to chip shortages and widespread supply chain issues that are crippling business across the world, but hurts the consumers that do want this product. Just there's a question about this. The games aren't done, so chip shortages and supply chain issues do not stop games from being completed, so I would not blame COVID on everything here. But looking at this document, ask yourself this: those who have called this product a scam, who is the scam benefiting? A scam needs a benefactor, someone who will walk away with all this money. If the company doesn't make the product and goes under, then they all lose the money they put into the company as well. So again, I ask, who benefits if this is truly a scam? Let them get the product out the door and let the market decide if they should always do. Maybe a couple of your parents might actually like it. Thank you, Michael Mills, The Next Level Gaming. Well, I can answer for that one. I don't know if it's a scam. I just think it's a just like the most poorly ran company ever to know and to like end the gaming industry ever. And walking away with money, it's kind of, I wouldn't use those terms because the documents themselves show that Tommy and others pulled a salary, and they shouldn't have pulled a salary because they don't need it. And they also loaned the company money with interest, which is a high interest. So it appears Tommy was paid already, so he's probably already ahead of the game. I can't verify or not because I don't know. But these people aren't losing money; they're gaining money, and the people who are either going to come out, even or else ahead of the game are just the executives. The people who are definitely not making money are all the investors. So that's why people are calling it a scam. And I don't know. I don't think in the comments here many people call it a scam. Like, most of the people are just pointing out how ridiculous it is. So I think this guy just has an agenda and he just wanted to push it on here. And like, even if people were interested in investing this, they just have to look at the papers and see, holy shit, there's so much in the hole in debt and they're so far behind. Like, they don't need to read the comments to see like this is a bad investment. So I don't know. So sorry about that video being really long-winded, and for my voice going, I'm feeling pretty sick, so I just thought it'd be interesting to catalog this in a video in case those comments are all deleted. And my final thoughts on that is Nick just shouldn't have responded to all the troll comments. It just makes the situation worse. And I'm pretty sure that was Tommy is John C. It clearly have no proof, but someone who has that type of passion and also very similar writing styles to if you ever read Tommy how he writes in Atari Age. It's just sad at this point. Like, it's sad earlier, but just reading stuff, I find it amusing and hilarious, but this is just embarrassing for the people working there. Well, I say John Alvarado at least held himself proper on the comments there. He didn't write anything embarrassing, but Nick and Tommy, just dear Lord. And when there was actual honest questions, they were not answered. It's just, the Gong Show just keeps going on. So, hope everyone has a good day, good week, and if there's anything more that happens in the near future, I'll post something. I'll post more videos, but hopefully it just ends. Let's just put it out of its own misery. So, have a good one. Talk to you guys later.